Hi, I'm Paul Dansbach, and welcome to Fire Engineering's Training Minutes. Today we're going to take a look at the commercial building behind us. The building behind us is a two-story, ordinary constructed commercial occupancy. Commercial occupancy on both the first floor and the second floor. The first floor of the building is subdivided into two individual tenant spaces. If you'll notice, there is a door in the center of the A side. That entry door provides access to the second floor tenant space. So the subject of today's video is access to the basement. So where do we look? Where do we find the access to the basement? Fundamentally, where do we find the basement stairs? As with most buildings, the stairways are stacked. We're going to find the basement stairway directly underneath the stairway that leads from the first floor to the second floor. So now we have to make the choice. Is the basement stairs contained within the occupancy on the right side of the exterior door or on the left side of the exterior door? Well, in this case, access to the basement will be through the left tenant space. So let's take a walk and let's take a look. Keeping in mind, access to these buildings is somewhat limited. These buildings are small. Access to the basement stairway is going to be restricted. So let's go in and take a look at some of the challenges firefighters will face accessing the basement stairway and stretching that initial attack hose line. We've entered the occupancy on the left side of the first floor. We're going to look for the basement door. We find the basement door over my right shoulder. If we look over my left shoulder, we can see the door we came in, the exterior door, the entry door into the first floor commercial space. Hose lines are going to have to be stretched through this space, either around the counter or the line will have to be brought over the counter to provide access to the basement door. There's going to be a very difficult hose stretch. Next, we're going to walk down to the basement to take a look at some of the challenges facing the firefighters attempting to work their way down into the basement. We're in the basement of this building. Let's take a look at some of the challenges the firefighters will face while stretching a hose line into the basement area. First, let's start at the top of the stairs. Look at the size of the door. This door is extremely narrow, creating a choke point for the firefighters. Next, the firefighters have to encounter a set of stairs that might not be in the best shape. And that's typical of many commercial occupancies. The basement stairs, out of sight, out of mind, and they may not be properly maintained. The stair treads may not be a full width stair tread, creating challenges for the firefighters attempting to descend the stairway. Let's identify some of the firefighting challenges of basement fires in commercial buildings. Number one is limited access. The access in this building was through a narrow doorway down a stairway into the basement. Number two, there is limited opportunity, if any opportunity, for ventilation. The only ventilation path may be the stairway the firefighters are descending to fight the fire. Number three, low ceilings. Low ceilings in many basements will allow for rapid fire development and early flashover. Number four, maze-like conditions. Oftentimes, commercial buildings, the basements, are filled with stock and materials that create maze-like conditions. The building in and of itself may have some maze-like conditions. So let's take a look at what we find when we go through some of the doors in this basement. We pass through one doorway and we see that the next level of the building, as we go through the second doorway, is at a different grade level. Multiple doorways, multiple levels of the basement are going to create maze-like conditions for the firefighters. If the firefighters are on a hose line, they should not get off the hose line. Any firefighters not on a hose line should be on a search rope and never stray from the search rope. One of the best things firefighters can do to understand the challenges presented by their commercial occupancies is to get out to the buildings and to take a look, to identify the challenges, to understand the building's layout and arrangement. Formal pre-planned tours, building familiarization tours, company drills, even that run when you're at the building for a delayed ignition of the boiler. Take your crew, take a look around, get down into the basement, understand how you get to the basement. Is there more than one access point? Understand, take a look at the maze-like conditions that exist. Understand your buildings, understand the challenges is certainly going to enhance firefighter safety. I'm Paul Dansbach, and thank you for watching Fire Engineering's Training Minutes.